James Fernandez-Reyes is the 16-year-old currently in custody for the murder of the 8, 9, and 19-year-old out of Lebanon County. Just moments ago, we've been following this closely. We saw police carry a young child out. They ran that child down the street to an ambulance. The child appearing to be around 2 or 3 years old, wearing solely a diaper. Just around 4:30 today, the Senate passed that budget over to the House under House Bill 611. Now it's up to the House to take a look at it. So I did play Division I lacrosse. I am going to be testing my 40-yard dash, but I don't think it's going to be as good as it was a few years ago. We have the timer over there. Let's see how it goes. Ready? 6 seconds. Could be better, could be worse, I guess. I'll send it back to you guys on that. Earlier this evening, the Fisher family was right here where I'm standing, piecing through the rubble of what was once their family business. This week, I sat down for an exclusive interview with that baby girl's grandmother. Do you feel the system failed your granddaughter?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
New Year's Eve was like 20 minutes ago, and now we're talking
Yeah, I know.
about
Tell me
April
about-
Fools. Is this
tell
a
me about-
joke? I don't know.
So-
You can see behind me the signage showing residents very against the idea of a warehouse being built next to the cemetery. Well, McDonald's no longer selling snack wraps, but good news for people like me who was a fan favorite does not mean that you can't find something similar elsewhere. Bernie, can you tell me how long have you been here with Bush's Florist and Greenhouse? He's feeling a little shy this morning. I mean, even those 20 degrees, I never thought I would say that is going to be warm for me, but
Really will.
I'm like crossing my fingers, can't wait for the 26
Yeah, that's a good
degree.
point.
Earlier this evening, the Fisher family was right here where I'm standing, piecing through the rubble of what was once their family business. You can see behind me now the Broad Street Market now boarded up, but that family is still grappling with the loss of their business that stretched back decades.
Family business that we started in 1987.
Fisher's Deli and Bakery now turned to ashes.
I was overwhelmed. It was just unreal.
It's been 36 years now that we're at the market. My dad is standing right here behind me. He started this. It's our second home. It's our livelihood. We love this place. We love our customers.
The family-owned business is now just one of many vendors left picking up the pieces after Monday morning's fire at Broad Street Market.
Now, as I walked into the door, I pictured this, and I just said to her, praise the Lord, there's no bodies in there.
Through the rubble, the Fisher family is finding strides of positivity.
Everything here can be replaced, and it's like everybody's saying, we're going to come back better, good and strong.
I refuse to be negative about this whole thing. Yes, it's devastating. I could collect my insurance check. I could walk away. I could turn my back on this place, but I will not do that. I will come back.
Not everything lost in the flames.
These are the very popular cake pops that my daughter-in-laws make. My daughter-in-law, we sell about 120 of these a week. We just pulled them out of the cooler, but they're not edible. They're full smoke. They're not edible.
Now they look towards the future.
We're going to come back full force, better than ever.
And that is the Fisher family's message to their customers. They say they've heard from a number of customers throughout the day via text, via call, some of which they didn't even know had their phone number. And to their customers, the Fisher family just says thank you. For now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio. Jasmine, going from playing dolls to being raped. I sat down today with one Central Pennsylvania woman who says her childhood was stolen from her.
I begged my mom and my dad to allow me to go to the birthday party.
At just 12 years old, Justice Maddox was invited next door to celebrate her friend's birthday.
There were a lot of men there, a lot of men. I was like, well, what are all these guys doing here? You know, it was me and a couple other girls as well.
Justice quickly found one of those men was trafficking her friend, and she would be next. That party then taking a turn for the worse.
We decided that we wanted to go to the pool. And that's when hell started. We didn't make it to the pool.
Instead, over the next 6 months, Justice says she was made to have sex with multiple men.
He forced us to do acts if we wanted to eat. He forced us to wear certain clothes. If we didn't want to do the job, he would beat us.
But finally, that chapter coming to an end after an undercover cop posed as a John.
It was May 5th, I was finally found.
But once home, a new chapter beginning. 12 and pregnant, Justice now faced with a choice.
I was going to put her up for adoption. I actually looked at her, and then I just kept her and raised her, and she's just phenomenal.
Together, the mom and daughter duo started an organization here in Central PA.
I decided to put Justice House to Hope together with the help of my daughter, to be a voice for the children that don't have a voice.
Jennifer Foxworthy is an advocate for human trafficking victims.
It doesn't discriminate. No one is immune from experiencing this horrible nightmare.
While Justice's story isn't unique here in Central PA, it's much more common than you may think.
You have 83, you have 30, you have the turnpike, you have I-95 not too far away. So that's what makes Pennsylvania so lucrative.
Now, keep in mind, some hot spots for human trafficking are casinos, bars, and even major sporting events. Something to keep in mind with the Super Bowl just a few weeks away. And if you yourself are a victim of human trafficking, you can reach out to the hotline at the bottom of the screen. Live in Harrisburg, Elise Person, CBS 21 News.
We've got to see her quite a bit. There was times I'd babysit her, keep her overnight, and she was just a blast. A blast. She was a sweet little baby.
Let's talk about that a little bit. What was Iris like? I mean, she had those gorgeous blue eyes.
They were piercing blue. They definitely were, and they caught everybody's attention. She liked new things. She was just always happy when she was with us. She was happy, bubbly.
Shirley Stremmel's granddaughter, Iris Mummert, was killed in May 2020 by her biological mother, Felicia Ellis. Last week, 3 Adams County children and youth employees were charged with felony child endangerment after a grand jury investigation into their handling of Iris's custody. Shirley's son, Cody Mummert, was Iris's father. Walk me through what that's been like for your family for this to all be coming out right now.
It's been rough for us all. It honestly has. We're glad someone finally stepped up for us and to, give her some justice. It's been a rough 3 years, and finally someone wasn't afraid, to help.
Iris and her older sister were taken into CYS custody after Iris was born with a number of drugs in her system. After a year of living with a foster family, the girls were placed back into the home of their biological mother, despite documented concerns from multiple service providers. I want to get a little bit into the experience with the caseworkers. How do you feel they handled your granddaughter's case?
They don't look into people hard enough is the issue. So I really just wish, because they knew she had anxiety issues. They've seen it, when they met her. So why put them back into someone you know is not capable or stable?
In a review of Iris's case after her death done by the Pennsylvania Department of Human Services, Adams County CYS was issued a citation saying services to support the safety of Iris and her older sister were not established by CYS before the children returned to their mother's care. Do you feel the system failed your granddaughter?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They failed my granddaughter, our family, all of us. They're failing other children too, and it needs to stop. It really does.
Walk me through how these charges coming down has brought some justice to your granddaughter.
It's not going to bring her back, but the people that should be charged are going to be charged. And hopefully that is what happens.
The Adams County CYS employees charged in this case are set to be in court later this week. We've reached out to the director of Adams County CYS as well as county commissioners to learn how exactly this could have happened to Iris. Those calls, though, have gone unanswered, but we will keep trying. In Philadelphia today, residents were advised to not drink the city's tap water. An alert was set out by the Philadelphia Water Department around 2 p.m. today, warning people to only drink bottled water. This all stemmed from a latex finishing solution spill into Otter Creek in Bucks County on Friday. The creek is located near the PWD's Baxter Treatment Plant, which sits by the Delaware River, that river being one of the city's biggest water sources. The PWD later said the alert was set out of caution and that recent testing shows the water is safe to drink for now. PWD is continuing to post updates on their Twitter page. As of now, they remain confident that the city's water will be safe to drink through Monday night. World War II veteran Paul Stike celebrated his 100th birthday today with his friends and family at the Cross Keys Retirement Home. The Adams County's native was drafted into the Army when he was just 22 years old and served in the South Pacific before retiring as a sergeant in 1945. After retiring from the Army, he worked as an upholsterer in Hanover and then worked at a machine shop until he was 82. Today, Representative Torrin Ecker made an appearance at the veteran's birthday party to present him with a certificate celebrating his 100 years young. Stike and his kids believe it's so important to always respect fellow veterans and celebrate these important milestones. Nowadays, the veteran enjoys stamp collecting, board games, and being with his family and friends. He's also a Civil War buff. He will be honored on the House floor in April as a 100-year-old hometown hero. An investigation has been launched regarding a man who allegedly made a bomb threat to a Walmart. According to police, the incident occurred at the Walmart located on Washington Township Boulevard in Franklin County. Store employees say the store was evacuated immediately after the threat was made. Authorities say while they've identified a suspect, the investigation is ongoing, and as of now, it's unclear if any arrests have been made just yet. The CDC says smoking is the #1 cause of lung cancer, but what about for those who don't smoke? CBS 21's Hallie Jacobs sat down with one local woman who's battling lung cancer but says she's never smoked a day in her life. Thanks, Hallie. Former President Donald Trump has kicked off his 2024 campaign. Coming up, why some Republicans are questioning his decisions and who else is challenging him for the presidential nomination.